After many years of reading and going through hundreds of books, I have created an essential list of transformational resources that are designed to completely change the way you think, feel, and perceive the world. Reading is one of the most powerful habits that I have ever installed in my life. It has completely restructured how my mind works, how my emotions work, how my instincts work, my intuition. And I really encourage everyone to commit to the process of continuous learning, whether it's through reading books, listening to audiobooks, or watching videos. But there's something particularly potent about books that I can't really find anywhere else. And I want to give you a short list about why you should read books. So they're deeper sources of information. They give you the nuances. They're full of practical advice. They're written by experienced and deeply wise people who have failed many times and are helping you to avoid the traps they fell into. They help you to take your understanding of the world into your own hands. They give you the big picture of reality and help you to move in high quality directions. They increase self-awareness, mental health, and help you overcome your limits. And really, they're extremely deep sources of information. And it's really hard to match that anywhere. Because when you are reading a book and you're giving it your attention and you're returning to it over and over and over again, you build a deeper sense of connection to that information, the subject, and the author. And through that connection, your understanding actually deepens. And there's a common mistake a lot of people make when they really think about reading. It's a common belief that people have. So a common mistake people make when reading is believing they need to memorize the information in the book. What truly matters is how the book is naturally transforming the underlying patterns and functioning of your mind, emotions, and entire being as you read it. So I want to explain this a little bit. A lot of us think that when we read, we have to retain all the information, hold it all in our mind. And what I'm saying is that that's actually not important. What matters the most is the actual connection that you have to the book. And really, I want to break this down. The connection that you make is between the author and the information. And you want to notice how that makes you feel. And you want to determine the actual value that you're getting from the book based off really how it's making you feel. And I encourage you to remain open when you're actually reading books because, some things can be pretty hard to swallow. But really, when you're reading books, pay attention to, do they make you feel curious and excited? Do they make you feel reflective? Do they make you feel open-minded? Do they make you feel a little bit sad? Does it kind of feel like the author might be calling you out on some of the nonsense you're doing? So actually pay attention to the emotional component, the emotional connection that you have to the information and the author. Because when an author is actually writing a book, they're inputting their ideas, their wisdom, their actual life experience, and their skills into that book, as well as their emotional energy while they're writing it. And that sort of transfer of emotional energy is the most valuable part of reading. It's not just memorizing facts or memorizing some information. Memorizing was on page 252 of this book. And when I read, I always read with a journal, and I like to write down a lot of the best ideas that I actually get, just so that I have a high quality collection of ideas. Really, although it's nice to retain information, and I have a great memory, I do retain quite a bit, what is the most transformative part of reading is the connection that you have to the author and the information and the sort of emotional transfer that is occurring. That is what is restructuring how your mind is actually working on a fundamental level, as well as your emotions, your instincts, your intuition, and how you go about living your life. It changes more about how you are relating to things and who you are being, the actual person that you're being, not just I have a bunch of stuff in my mind. That is more relevant. What matters is the book is actually transforming your psychology, your emotional system, and your overall body. Because, there's a huge connection between mind, emotions, and body. So really, when you're reading, pay attention to how it makes you feel and actually value your emotions while you're reading and notice the sense of connectedness that you have to the author and the information. And I want to move on to some of the categories that my book list actually has. So they are relationships and sexuality, psychology, consciousness and spirituality, science and life, therapy and healing, career and business, health, self-actualization and personal development, systems and strategic thinking, creativity, art and curiosity, and life purpose. So if you have any problems in any one of these categories, in your health, in your relationship, in your life purpose, in your career, my book list has a category with books, of course, that are designed to target that specific problem and help you to solve it. And if you have any problem in your life, whether it's like financing, like just feeling better, mental health, anything, there's books that actually exist that are designed to solve that problem. Any problem you have in your life has most likely been solved by someone and actually written about in a book. So actually take advantage of that. And now I want to tell you some of the things that my book list can actually help you with, which is personal growth and development, enhancing relationships, curiosity and learning, spirituality and mindfulness exploration, career and business, health and well-being, creativity and inspiration, problem solving and critical thinking, building resilience and coping, practical wisdom, continuous learning, and more. There's actually quite a lot of value that you get out of reading that I can't even put into this video. You will only know once you have committed to the process of continuous learning through reading. All I can really tell you is that after like many years of reading, 5+ years, the value that I've got out of it is completely beyond communication and almost unbelievable. My life would be completely different if I didn't have this behind me. This is really like what is responsible for my ability to help people through my coaching, through a course I'm going to be making, and really just it's transformed everything. It's helped my relationships to people. It's given me so much clarity about my life. It's made me feel so much better about who I am and like where I'm going, and it's restructured my emotions. It's improved my mental health. It's done so much that honestly, I can't even put it all into this video. I'm really just hoping that you take this into your own hands and take action on this. And that brings me to my next point, which is don't be cheap. Don't shortcut this. You get what you give. By doing this, you will build a mental model that will allow you to navigate life with greater ease, understanding, and clarity. You'll be able to spot your limiting beliefs and overcome them, avoid traps, make greater progress, and feel more alive. By not doing this, you will miss out on important details about life, fail and not understand why, and bang your head against the wall over and over again. Avoid this. Buy the books, read them, you get what you give it your all. So, of course, you get what you give. The more you invest into it, the more you get out of it. By reading books, you're going to avoid so many traps and so many errors in your relationships, your career, your health, that really you would have only became aware of if you just kind of failed in those areas. So really, by reading books, you can avoid so much suffering because you just get the lessons that people, have been through, and you can avoid making the same mistakes. Or you can really not learn through reading books, and you can fail and really not understand why, and continuously fail and not really understand why. So I'd highly recommend just avoiding that. And really, every time I bought a book, basically it's me asking for help. Like every time I bought a relationship book, it's like, I don't know what to do here, help me. That's basically what I'm asking for. Every time I bought a book about life purpose, it's like, I need help with this, help me. I'm literally asking someone for help who has more knowledge and expertise than I, and I'm really incorporating their knowledge and expertise into my sense of self. So really, there's a lot of humility when it comes to reading books. You're really just asking for help from humanity and allowing people to change your life. You're allowing people to provide value to you. You just have to learn how to help yourself. The resources are there. Please just invest in them. If you need any help with this, I have one-to-one coaching. You can book me, link in the description. Other than that, you can check out the self-awareness worksheet and ask me any question you want in the comment section below. Take it easy.